Okay. So we have already seen what are all the components that are present in Selenium, Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium Grid, and Selenium WebDriver. We have already discussed what it is in theoretical part, and also we have seen the demo for Selenium IDE, isn't it? So we have seen how a record and playback will be done using Selenium IDE. We have already seen, and then we have discussed about remote control, Selenium remote control, and then we are going to see about Selenium WebDriver. So we have discussed about Selenium remote control. You can see here how a Selenium remote control server is going to work on your application. Test the application using Selenium Core. We have seen. Now we'll go to. But what happens in Selenium remote control is we don't have the automated thing completely. That means single host origin policy. One of the problem is faced in remote control. So to avoid that, that means a single host when it is originating, only that has to be done. So multiple cross-platform options can't be taken in all the cases. So to avoid that disadvantage, we are going to Selenium WebDriver, and also we have Selenium Grid as well. So concurrently, we can execute on different browsers, different machines, irrespective of the operating systems we are using. We can do that. Okay, Selenium Grid. So we'll see what is Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver is used for automating the web-based applications, and to verify whether it is performing correctly or not, we are going to see. So these are all the we can see. These are all the classes that are implemented for the WebDriver. Chrome driver, sir, for your Google Chrome driver will be there. Like that, for each and every browser we'll be having. So what we have discussed in our Selenium IDE is just we have added our Selenium as an extension to the browser, and we have done. But whereas in your WebDriver, we are going to, from your program, from your software program, you want to test something, there we are going to install our WebDriver server, and then we are going to do. So what is the advantage of doing that is we are going to test it. We are going to automate the test. For automate the test only, we are going to use Selenium. In that also, in your record and play, so only thing we have done is we have done a set of events, and then we have recorded them, and after that we are playback and see whether all the things are properly executing or not, then you are telling it is passed. Only that much we have done. But using your web server, your web driver, you can insert some of the code in your program, and you can see whether how whatever you are trying to do, whether it is working properly or not, that you can do without writing manual test cases. Using Selenium web driver, automatically you can check that. Okay, so that before going to that, we'll see the Selenium WebDriver architecture. So Selenium language, we all know we have different language support like Java, Ruby, C Sharp, Python, and JavaScript. All these are supported by Selenium. And then whenever you write either in a Java program or Ruby program, C Sharp, whatever program you write, that is given to JSON wire control. So JSON wire control is nothing but it is a protocol over HTTP. So what it is going to do is it is going to whatever code you have written, it is going to convert it into in the form of your URLs so that it is understandable for the browsers. So after that, using browser drivers and your real browser, it is actually whenever your browser driver is installed for a particular browser, then only it is going to work. So browser drivers and then real browser is interconnectable. Then this particular JSON wire control is that to the giving that to the browsers. So we have different browsers, Firefox, Chrome driver, Safari, Opera, Edge. We have different kinds of browsers. So whatever maybe the browser you are using, it is going to give to that, okay, to execute. So this is how your web driver is going to work. So the same thing we are going to see. So mainly we have 4 parts in this. So the first one is Selenium client libraries. Then the second one is JSON by protocol over HTTP. Then browser drivers, browsers. Whatever we have seen, the same thing. So the client libraries, initially we are going to take all the different languages or whatever the language you are writing. And then as I told, the same procedure. It is going to convert, and then the particular browser driver specific to the browser what we are using, we are going to give to that. Then it is going to execute, and then it is going to give the test whatever you are going to do, whether it is working properly or not. Otherwise, it is going to throw an exception and it is going to tell what is the problem, why your test is not successful, why your automation is not successful. It is going to tell. Okay. So the same thing what we have discussed, the same thing is here. So we'll see how we can do that. So we'll demonstrate and see how we can do that. So to do that, first you should go to google.com, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate Selenium WebDriver, right? So for that we need two things. One thing is we need Selenium. So we can directly go, instead of this, can go to directly Selenium hp.org. In that it is available. So can go there, and then we have to install. So you can see here, this is seleniumhq.org, that is the official website. There we'll be having all the products, what are Selenium products will have in this. So Selenium standalone server is required. Okay. See, Selenium server is needed in order to run either Selenium RC test script or remote Selenium WebDriver ones. For any of the things, we need to install this Selenium standalone server. So download version, this one I have already downloaded, so I'm not clicking. If you click this, it is going to download in your computer. Okay. So this one I have to do. Then the supported Java libraries. That means, for example, I am doing in Java, so I will be downloading Java. For example, if you are doing in Python, you can download this Python. Okay. So whatever language you are working on that at present, so that language you can download. So Java I am doing, so I will download this Java. What is this Java? These are the language bindings. In the figure starting I have given no, so what language bindings. So those also should be included with the Selenium standalone server. Okay, so this also we need to download. So this also I have already downloaded. So just I'm not downloading it, showing it. So over, then Chrome drivers also should be, Google Chrome driver should also be installed. So why Google Chrome driver means, as I have already told, whenever you are working on the remote control or your remote web driver, you are going to work your Selenium on your web-based applications, right? So web-based applications browser is very important. So I am using Google Chrome here. So if you are using Opera, if you are using Firefox, so that particular browser web driver should be installed. Browser driver should be installed. Then only you can work on that. Otherwise, it is not identified. We have to download that and we have to add in our code. Then only we are going to do that. Okay, we are going to execute on that. So here Google Chrome driver I want, because I am using Google Chrome. So I want Google Chrome driver, and this version is there. But one thing you have to remember here. So you have to check the version of your Google Chrome first, then only you have to download. So all of you don't download directly whatever it is there here. Just check the version of your browser, whatever browser it is. Just check the version of that, and then only you just download. So version number will be there here. So you just check that version number. So menu icon, help. Okay. So in help we can see about Google Chrome. In this we can see. Okay. You can see here. See here, Google Chrome is up to date. My version, my browser version is this. What is this? 86.0.42.4240.183. Okay. So this is my browser version number. Okay. So only your Chrome driver should be also, which is the driver that is supported by this version. You should not download what is there here. Okay. So here it is not supported. Here this version is the previous version. I think 2.21 is there, but my version is 86 point something. So I should not download this Chrome driver. So you can go to Google and then you can type Google Chrome driver for that particular version. Chrome driver for 86.0. You can copy the same thing from there, and then you can, so you can see here current releases. So 86, this is the before, the recent one is 87. So whatever may be your Chrome driver, you have to search first and then only you have to download. So this is my Chrome driver. Now I have to, again it is showing, see you, if you are using Windows operating system, Mac or Linux. I am using Windows, so this one I have to install. If you click this, it is going to download. Again, this was they have already done, so I am not doing this. So finally, whatever it is required to install your Selenium server to demonstrate your WebDriver, we have done, right? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear,
Yes, ma'am.
students? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So where it will be stored is, it will be stored in your downloads, right? Definitely it will be stored in your downloads only. So from there, wherever you want, you can. So it's suggestible, like in C drive, you just create a folder called Selenium, and then in that Selenium, you just keep all the things what we have installed. What we have installed is Selenium Server Standalone that we have done. Then we have done Chrome driver. So these all will come as your RAR files. So you have to extract. I think everyone knows. If you click on that, you will get an extract to option. If you do, it will be extracted. You have to extract to this particular folder only. So if you are extracting somewhere else, again we have to set a path. That time we'll get a problem. So we have to extract here in the same folder. Okay, so what are all the things we need? Selenium Server Standalone we need, and then using the Java packages, using the Selenium Java WinRAR, if you open, in that we'll have multiple files. See here. See these all things, Selenium Java.jar, Selenium source.jar, all these things will be there. So you have to extract to that folder. So now we require Selenium Java 2.53 and then source of that, and then Selenium Server Standalone, and then Chrome driver. So all these things need to be there before starting your WebDriver to demonstrate your WebDriver. Nothing but your Selenium WebDriver server installation. To do that, we need all these things. So this is the prerequisites we have already seen. So these all first you download and then you store it in a folder and keep in your C drive, D drive, or wherever you want, you can keep it. Okay. So now we have to start our Eclipse. Okay. So now we can start our Eclipse and then we have to write a program. So WebDriver program, how to write a WebDriver program, I'll see. So I have created here folder Selenium. In that I have added a package Selenium sample. In that I have written Selenium 1.java. Okay, so before going to explain you this one, how what we are doing and where we are passing it on, first I'll show you how to add the library. See here I have added reference libraries. So your Selenium, if you want to start your WebDriver, that means your server. So definitely wherever you are writing your program, you need to include, right? You have to include the libraries. This is the actually predefined libraries that we get whenever you create a new Java project. You will get this already. JRE will be having different jar files that are necessary to support our application. Will get automatically, and remaining anything more you want, we have to add. If you remember in our previous lab we have done using JUnit, because we are automating, we are using JUnit tool and then automating the test cases that time. So we should add the library that are supporting to JUnit. Now here we are doing demonstration of Selenium web server. So we are going to install the WebDriver web server for Selenium. For that, what are all required need to be added. So how we'll add that, we'll see first. So it is simple how we have done for JUnit. In the same way we have to do this. So you have to right click, you have to go to build path, and then you have to do, I'm adding, that's why it is showing, otherwise configure build path you can give. So directly I'm getting add external archives, or you can do add libraries. Okay, so it is not good. We'll go like this one. Build path will do, and then configure build path will do. In that libraries, yeah, see here I have already added, that's why it is already shown. Otherwise you have to add like this, add external jars. So wherever it is there in C drive, in Selenium it is there. So what are all things you need to add is, you have to add your Selenium, this one, and then you have to add your server standalone, you have to add your this one 2.53.0 srcs, all these things you have to add it, and then you have to say apply and close. Okay, so no need to add the Chrome driver here itself. So Chrome driver will set the path. Okay. So why your Chrome driver we are going to install? Because that is the supporting one to tell your Google Chrome how to work, isn't it? So Google Chrome also, that is one software they have written, right? So whatever, whenever browser is opening, what are all the functions it should be done, that has already written. That is also a software, right? So you have to tell, so you, by your program you want to control the other application, right? So for that, this particular Selenium is going to control this particular browser. For to support that, we need to install our Chrome drivers. Without that you can't execute. If you are writing code also, you can't pass your values to your browser. So that is the reason we need to do that. So after this, apply and close you have to do. So like this reference libraries will be added into your program. Okay, so fine, over. Now what we have to do, we have to write a program. So what is a program is, what we will demonstrate is, we'll take, so the main purpose of Selenium is for record and playback only. Now what we are doing is using the WebDriver web server we are going to install, and then we are going to see if at all I want a web page to open, and then I want to set something and I want to close it. So initially how we have done that, using Selenium, we have taken a Selenium IDE, and then we have done the record activities we have done. Everyone remembered yesterday's class we have done, right? And then we have playback is, you can see whether everything is working fine. That means what are all the actions we have recorded, everything is working, or any exception we are getting, those all things we have done. So today what we are going to do is, using your WebDriver, by installing the server in your application. So for example, in my code, I want to test this, not simply the browser one. I want to test in my code. So when I give something, so for example, newhorizonindia.edu, for example. So I have to open that website, and then I have to click ISE in that, and then I have to close it. Otherwise, I have to click some notes and then I have to close it. So whether that activity is done properly or not. So that I have already written the code, but I have to check whether they are clicking on newhorizonindia.edu, whether it is going to open, whether it is opening after that, what it is going to do, whether we are able to click ISE or not. All the activities, whatever we are written as are working properly or not. I want to test that using our automation. Okay. So like that, for that purpose, we are using this. Here what I'm going to do is, I'll be opening a google.com page, and then I want to give software testing. So something should be displayed. That means what are all the results that are there in the Google, it should show, and then I have to close it. That is my application. So whatever I have told you, Origin India.edu, you just try in your lab when you're doing your lab. You try to do that. newhorizonindia.edu, and then what are all the activities you need to do here, we need to add it. Simply it can't do, right? So whether it is doing properly or not, that means any exceptions are coming, we'll check. So for today, simply we'll do google.com, and then some software testing is the input I want to give, and then what are all the results, whether I am able to display or not, I have to see, and then I have to close it. Okay, so that is the purpose what I am doing now. So till now what we have done, what are all the things needed for downloading What are all the softwares that are supported to do our WebDriver application? We have downloaded and we have added to our program. And now we'll check with the program. So WebDriver, this is an element you can see here. If you want the description of that, you can easily see here. Okay. And then we are giving a variable driver, and then we are going to start. You have created an object, and then we are going to launch. So what we are going to launch, as I told, I am going to do for Google, right? Just I want to open google.com. So that's what I have given. And then here I am giving this one, manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait. So this much of time you wait. If at all it is not going to open the next one, okay, or it is unable to find, then it is going to throw an exception. That this particular web page is not responding or something, whatever problem we are having, it will respond after this much amount of time. Okay. So after that, what we are going to do is object text box. That means in google.com, that is a text box only, right? So in the text box we have to type, then only if you set give and search or enter, then only it is going to search. So what I am doing giving is, for the text box, i have created one I have created one variable called web element, that is like web element object text box. What I am going to do, driver dot find element. What is that element? So for each and every browser there will be a X path. I think you have already studied web programming, in that you'll know. So we'll be having a ID and a name for the web browser. So if I open and see here, for example, I'll show you google.com. I'll go some A, B, C, I'll type. So you can see here. So here it will come, whatever we are going to search. So here you'll be having the name and the ID. Okay. So that particular thing we need to set to build the path, because whatever for the text box, whatever we have typed, it is going to take and it is going to search, right? So that's why whatever name that is displayed there, we need to give it here. Okay. So that means whenever you are typing anything in the text box, that particular name or ID we should give. So I have given name, and then in that what I am doing again to that particular text box with using this variable, I am going to send the keys. So what are the keys I want to send? Software testing. So as I told, in google.com, I have to open and simply software testing should be typed and some result should come. That is the one I want. After that, it has to be submitted. And then system.output.println waiting. That means simply this is the message that will display, so that we'll understand what is going to happen. Then again, we are giving some wait time, and then waiting is over. Okay. So that means if at all it is not properly printing, that means it is not properly displaying, then. So what we are doing, then we'll display title, content, software testing, and then we are going to check it. After that, we are going to display all test case pass if it is properly working out, otherwise an exception will be thrown. And then using assert equal, again we are going to check what software testing in Google search, and then whatever get title. So here, if it is going properly, if it is going to take, then it is going to store software testing in this. So using get title, I am going to get the software testing title. If it is going to match, then it is okay, and we are going to close. Understanding, students? So this is one part. So we have discussed how we can set the functionality. Now how we can connect, we'll see. So as I told, your web driver is very important for your browser. Okay. So that's why I have to set the path where our Chrome driver is installed. Where our Chrome driver is installed, in C drive in Selenium folder, I have installed Chrome driver.exe. So I have to give the path. So system.setProperty, I have to give that path where that particular thing is there. In Selenium Chrome driver, it is there. So that path I have to give. So after that, again, I need to give the Chrome driver. I am creating an object to the Chrome driver, and then I am giving to the driver element, driver variable. And then I am launching the Chrome. So it will display. This is just a display to launch the Chrome. After that, we are giving the URL, whatever URL we are taking here. we are going to WebDriver. So that URL we are giving here, and then it will display message opened URL in Chrome. So if it is successfully doing, then only you need to, you'll be displaying all these things, return driver. Then finally everything is over. After that we are going to quit. So what is that? We should open Google, we should type software testing. So the result should come, and then we are closing. So if all these things are done successfully, then you can say your WebDriver, your web server is successfully installed, and then you have successfully done your automation. That means what I'm going to automate here. So the functionality is I have to open my website, I have to type something, I should get the results. So that is the whether that activity, whatever we have developed, has been performed properly without any exceptions, or any exceptions are coming, that I am going to do using automation. Generally without Selenium, how we will do that? You have to see each and every, means like each and every time, and then you have to write the test case. What you have to write? www.google.com, whether it is opening or not. If it is opening, pass, otherwise it is fail. What is the problem? Username not matching, or when you click that, any error is going to come, 404 page not found error, anything. What is the reason? You will be finding out, right? So but here using your automation, directly it is going to check, and it is going to tell you what is the exception, because of which it is not going to execute. Okay, students, understanding everyone? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll see the demo now. So you can see Chrome driver was started successfully. Messages we are waiting. I'll show you one minute. So you can see I'm not typing anything. Did you see everyone? I didn't do anything. Just I have run the program. So what it has done? See, you can see here starting Chrome driver. So what I have installed? This one only, no? 860. It has started on port. What is the port outside is giving? Only local connections are allowed. Please see Chrome driver dot. So this is a message how to keep it safely. So Chrome driver was started successfully. Successfully it started. Then whatever we have given, this is coming. See, launching Chrome. After that, opened URL in Chrome. What is the URL? Here we have passed a URL. So what is the URL that we have passed? Google.com is the URL. So launch of this, right? So we have passed that google.com. So that has been launched. And then we are waiting to open, and waiting is over. And finally, check has been done, and then software testing, it has been typed automatically, Google search, and then all test case pass. So that is the only thing we have given. So that's what it has taken. You can see here, we have given, see here, title contains only software testing. And then after that, if that is equal, we have done using assert equals, right? So if that is okay, then we are going to close. If at all, other than that, if you give any other thing, it will show error. Okay, if you are not, if you want to type yourself, or if you are not allowing it to execute, means it is going to show you error. And then finally it closed the Chrome. So all the activities here only you got automatically. Otherwise, if you are doing manual testing, means what you have to do, everything you have to note it down. That means with every test case you have to write down, and again after executing each and every expected results, you have to write, okay, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, like that. Now you can see directly it is showing when it is waiting, when it is opening, when test is passing, and what is happening, everything. So it's very useful in real time, right? When you have a very large projects, so everything, every functionality, keeping track of every functionality when you are testing one by one is very difficult manually, whereas using your automation is very easy. And one of the very useful tool for automation is Selenium. Using that, it is more easy. So I think everyone understood now how we are doing WebDriver installation. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Once again, shall I run it? Once again, I'll run it. All of you can see. So what it is doing, so initially small, the window size is also small. See, again after that, it is only maximizing automatically. For that also we have written the code. So software testing, it has typed and it has closed, because we have given here. Okay. So it is typing software testing and then it is closing. That is what the functionality we are going to do. So in this we can modify and we can do different, as I have told. No, the same way in this, what the important things to be remembered is you have to give this name of the XPath of the browser should be given, because there only from that text box only we are going to take. And one more thing is we have to set the Chrome driver. That is also one of the important things. This Chrome driver, this should be set. So in the same way, we can take some other examples. As I told, we can take our college website when you're clicking, but that respective code should be there. Directly it is not going to take, right? So that's a respective code we should write. What, how, when you are passing, what is the input we want to give, that you have to pass and you can test. But what is the automation we are doing there is how it is going to work. No need to track, we are going to get it. That means the same code, if it is there, the same functionality, if it is there for 10 or 20 applications, same you can copy and then it is done, right? Whereas when you are doing your manual testing, each and everything you want to check. The login functionality, some of the functionalities are common for all the applications, right? So that time it will be very helpful for us. Is it clear, students?
Yes.
Any doubts?